Good morning, everyone. This is Srikanth Rajan, and welcome back to the Stock Market Podcast from mpiinvest.com. So, it was an amazing day yesterday as Nifty has come so close. In fact, it's so close to 20,000 that it is just a stone's throw away. But then at that point, it missed hitting 20,000. So, will Nifty hit 20,000? I think now I don't think there's a importance in 20,000 at this point of time because it has almost come there. So then it just makes a number 20,000. So what happened yesterday? So let us see. If you remember what we discussed yesterday in the morning, we had discussed about what could be the focus stocks that could actually drive the market, and that's exactly what happened. If we could see, Reliance was expected to trade only after 10 a.m. Because of the stock demerger of Geo Financial, and that kind of kept the market down till then. But after 10 o'clock, as the Reliance trading started, in fact, instead of selling, there was a huge buying that was seen. In fact, no doubts about it. FIAs are the culprits there. So if you look at Reliance lifted up the market so heavily that immediately Nifty went to the positive territory, and from there it was a continuous rise. In fact, IT sector was looking slightly weak, but then the again banks started contributing in. In fact, looks like a big short covering in ICICI because ICICI results are coming day after tomorrow. I think no, sorry, tomorrow. So tomorrow is Saturday, right? Yeah. So people who are holding shorts in ICICI or something would probably that was one thing that actually caused we could see ICICI rallying up, and along with that, Kotak also started going up. When major bank results are coming soon, so all these private banks. So based on that, we could see a short covering rally in Bank Nifty. And in fact, with that, if you look technically, I think Bank Nifty has actually broken out. It is looking very positive. So at that time, looks like the Bank Nifty is going to have a good rally. Now, that is something which is interesting, which actually pulled the market up along. So majorly, we could say Reliance and the banks, private banks especially, are the ones who took the market up so much. Now, it is very close to 20,000, but then, it's come to such level that, like I told you, I don't feel it as a special number, even if it touches 20,000 today now. So, but the only interesting that we can look at is the market has actually rallied from 16,000. I think the low was around 16,500, 16,600 a few months back. And from there, we are today at almost 20,000. So this is exactly how the market performs and has given amazing returns to most of us who have held on. But if you look at people who have been trading, probably it was not a great day yesterday because a lot of people would have expected the market to kind of have some weakness by end of day at least, but that also did not happen. So I'm sure a lot of people who are trading, of course, including me, were in little trouble. But luckily, we did not, have a big loss. But of course, I think I'm closing this week with almost 2% loss, which is of course slightly higher because of multiple, rallies that happened this week. But that's how the markets are. This is why I say trading is not a cup of tea for everyone. But investing is. Investing is the simplest way of making money in the stock market. I would say just investing in good stocks that would have taken it up. Apart from that, if you look at yesterday, the FIAs, of course, like I told you, are the major culprits for the markets to go up. Yesterday, they bought for almost 3,000 crores, while the DIAs have just sold for about 190 crores. So that is something that led to a big rally in the market. So naturally, looks like the Reliance demerger has actually taken it in a positive sense, and the FIS have pushed in a lot of money in spite of the expectation that the retailers probably might book some profit. So apart from that, if you look at after the Indian markets closed, we could see the results coming, the major results which we discussed about yesterday, which was the Infosys result. So Infosys also was seen weak before because of the small rally that it had done in the last 1 week. But naturally, the results were expected to be bad, and it was kind of bad, I would say. Now, how do I term it as bad? Because the revenues have kind of come down, but then if you look at the results, they have still a strong pipeline of orders in place for the next quarter. That is good. But then what happened was Infosys has actually come out and told that they have reduced the guidance for the next quarter. So that is not a great thing at all. So in spite of orders, it looks like I mean, acting too modest with the kind of situation they have. But then still that is going to give some real good negativity in the market. So we could expect a gap down opening in Infosys today, a big gap down probably. So that is something which could be seen. So I mean, the way it has actually reacted in the US market looks like Infosys was down almost by 9% yesterday in the US market. So naturally, that's going to be almost a very big gap down in India today. Now, from there, of course, there might be some buying, but then it's a longer term. With a longer term view, I would say it is still looking positive. But I, of course, and I also have a very good holding in Infosys. So I would continue to hold it, is my view on this stock right now. So apart from that, if you look at the US market, after Indian markets closed, the US markets were again jittery. In fact, if you look at Tesla results were out in the US, and Netflix also results were there, but both the results were not that great. In fact, Tesla was in focus because Tesla's margin have actually come down. So net profit has actually come down, and that is something almost halved, I would say, which was actually big negative. In fact, that led Tesla to fall by almost 8 to 9% yesterday in the US market. So with all these things, US markets, especially Nasdaq, was down. Now Nasdaq down itself is not a great thing for IT. So today's focus would be majorly on IT. IT would be actually on a downward trend. Now, how the market is going to react? IT is of course going to see a back gap down opening. So how the market reacts to it will be important to watch. Apart from that, today we have results of Reliance coming in. So naturally, there could be, since Reliance has actually rallied up so much, expecting some profit booking at least at this point of time. So that could be in focus because Reliance is not expected to come out with any great result, but it could be in line with most of the things expectation. So that is something that needs to be watched. There are of course news that Geo Telecom has actually got a lot of new subscribers and all that, which looks positive, but still I'm not expecting Reliance to come out with any fantastic or great result at this point of time. So let's see how that is going to happen. With all this, there are high chances that markets can be sideways to slightly negative today. That is something which needs to be watched. Apart from that, ICICI results are coming on this weekend. So again, ICICI also has rallied up so much. There might be some people who might think of booking some partial profit there. But then if you look at Bank Nifty overall, since most of the banks have come out with good results, and at this point of time, technically, Bank Nifty is actually broken out from its consolidation level. There can be chances that Bank Nifty can show some power. So at this point of time, it would be more like a tug of war between Bank Nifty on one side and the IT on the other side. So IT would be trying to pull down the market, and Bank Nifty may be trying to support the market. But then it all depends on where Reliance will join. If Reliance joins banks, then markets can go up further. But if Reliance joins IT in falling, then nobody to hold the market at this point of time. So this is how the situation is. And of course, today's weekend, as the markets will be closing for a weekend, and since markets have come to such high level, I would actually think of seeing some profits in my kitty. So that also would be a temperament in the people who are in the market at this point of time. So these are the few things that can actually affect the market today. Let's see how the market kind of takes over. So let us see who wins in the tug of war between banks on one side and Reliance in between, and I would say IT on the other side. So let's see who Reliance stands with and who the retailer stands with. So this is something very important. And of course, finally, the biggest culprit would be the FIIs. So what they do also matter. So with all this, expecting the market to kind of be flat or slightly negative today. But then of late, markets have behaved differently also at times. Let's see how the market closes. So with that, I think we've covered it all for the week. Let us discuss with more details about the market on Sunday during the Market Pulse video. So that's it for now from my side. This is Srikanth Rajan signing off. But before we leave, Do remember to press the like button if you love the content that we share, and do share the podcast with your friends and relatives to help them learn and invest together with us. So have a great weekend. Let's catch up on Sunday.